That's right, America. We coming here to make it do what it do, baby. We coming to talk sports. Hope y'all ready for us. We ready for you.
Rob, you're not sporting the new Saints uniforms that they wore.
Say what?
Yeah, so you're not sporting the uniforms that they wore on Sunday.
I'm gonna get one. I have one of the old gold Saints uniforms, but I haven't gotten the new gold yet. So I'm sure I'll get one at some point.
Hey, we are excited again.
It's a matter of time.
We're excited to hit you up with another edition of Talking Sports with 12 Men. Everyone's showing their alcohol. Gary, welcome back. We hope your mom is doing a lot better, sir. So you were throwing up some prayers.
Yes.
Well, man, so
It was touch and go.
good stuff. We're ready. I know we're on a Tuesday. We're trying to get it in, because everyone's schedules are crazy. But without further ado, let's get it started. Let's go around the horn. JQ is excited. We were talking a little crazy because the Bengals are notorious for starting slow and losing, but they have started slow and they've won. But that's okay. Let's go around the horn. JQ, how you feel this in you, man?
Listen, I'll take it. I'll take it. I really needed it. This is the extra point and the field goal. But you know what they are? 1-0.
That's all that matters.
That's
Right. 1-0.
all that matters. Hey, I would take it.
All
So
that
enjoy it.
matters.
Boy, wouldn't that be
7
nice?
yards in the second half, but 1-0. I would take it too.
Hey, man, we're having some fun.
I told them they're built to beat the Bengals. If you watch what the other teams have done in the division, they out and now Pittsburgh this year with Slay and that other fool out there that beat the hell out of Garrett Wilson that sucked to watch. But they're built to beat the Bengals. They got two corners. They built the secondary to stop that offense. So you got to know you're not going to go crazy on them.
There it is.
Yeah,
Hey,
Garrett's had a heck of a game, but yeah, Bengals get the win. That's all that matters.
That's all it is. 1-0. And it's all exciting, because JQ is number one with his team with the win here. So that's all. That's okay. Hey, I was also gonna say that I don't know what's up with people. I see you waving the flag, JQ. You gotta get people to stop spitting on people, man. I don't know what's happening, man. From NFL to college, man. Bill Napier squad, he's in some trouble down there, getting upset by South Florida playing LSU this week. It's gonna be interesting, man. So stop spitting on people, America. Stop disrespecting.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was uncalled for, ridiculous.
Oh,
I have a confession to make, though. When I was in the 5th grade, I was drinking some water, and I was all of a sudden at recess, and I turned around to spit, and I spit right on my teacher.
Oh no!
In the 5th grade, by accident. It was totally an accident. It was totally an accident, and of course she was upset. But when she realized it was an accident, she calmed down and forgave me. It was totally an accident, but I still remember that to this day.
Man, 5th grade, spitting on people, Rob. Man, okay, it's all good. Well, without further ado, what's up? How you feel this evening, man, Rob?
Hey, man, feeling good, man. Just had a good dinner, some jerk chicken and some asparagus. Man, I'm feeling great and ready to talk some sports with you guys. It was a nonstop day, but hey, that's the way life rolls.
There it is. Gary, sporting the Portland. You feeling festive, like we talked about. Gary comes on like, Dallas should have beat the Eagles, man. Yeah, man, I'm with you, man. Hopefully they would have knocked out because I got Scott Richmond talking junk to me all the time. So I would have loved to have that off the gate. And Gary, that was a little close, especially after losing, obviously Jalen Carter, CeeDee Lamb made some drops, but it was there for the taking, Gary.
It was. I'm feeling good, though. I'm feeling that just watching the Cowboys week 1, even though it was a loss, I'm feeling pretty good about it because so many times under the McCarthy era, that's all you saw is, penalties, false starts, all this kind of bullshit. And you really didn't see that with this team. Just week 1, but I didn't see that. So it was definitely encouraging.
There it is.
And play action pass.
And they had better clock management.
Yeah.
Way better clock management.
Yeah. I mean, I got to say, we'll talk about some surprises in week 1 because, I think if I remember, I don't think we picked the Chargers to do what they did. That was a surprise for sure. We were like, oh, they're just going to run the ball. and Justin Herbert coming out passing. Like, what the hell is that? Did Harbaugh get like a transfusion out there? That was a huge.
I feel like he was listening to me.
Yeah,
they did exactly the opposite of what I said.
yeah.
And I was like, look, this shit.
Make
We're
Herbert.
gonna prove JQ wrong, right?
I mean,
That was crazy.
What I said was I would crowd the box because they want to run the ball and make him throw the ball. And they came out there and said, "Oh, that's what you're gonna do? We're just gonna throw the ball."
Yeah, I mean,
Man, that might have been one of the best games I've seen Justin Herbert play in his entire NFL career. Man, he was just protecting. And look, they moved Joe Alt over to left tackle because Slater out. I thought that was going to be a concern, but Alt played phenomenal over there. And obviously, he's a first-round pick, so you expect him to play well. But yeah, I mean, the protection was great. I mean, the timing in their offense was great. They were good.
Passes to
Gotta give him a lot of
Well,
credit.
that's what Harbaugh said. That's a weapon for you.
Yeah, that's what he said. He told the fans that. He said, drafting a left tackle is a weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you were talking. I got excited, Rob. But Quentin Johnson was catching passes, which is, he was kind of on the fence. Blessed. You were like, man, he's actually showing the talent. So
you almost thought he was about to become a bust.
That's what I just said. Yeah, we thought he was going to be a bust. Man.
So it ain't over. It's
not
over.
So we'll talk about some surprises, guys.
Hey, JQ, got a question for you. Would you trade Zach Taylor for Jim Harbaugh?
No.
Last week you said Zach Taylor should be on the hot seat.
He should, but I don't want Jim Harbaugh's 1965 offense running ass. Don't let one game get carried away. Listen, if Harbaugh's running offense, you don't re-sign T.
Mm-hmm.
You don't.
Yeah.
Because he would say, I'll give me another weapon on the offensive line.
You want the offensive line weapons, JQ, because you need to protect your quarterback.
Some of that's on Joe.
If he's handing the ball off 75% of the time.
I don't know. Jim Harbaugh's a proven winner, man.
Sometimes that's on Joe. Joe just wants to hit the home run. Sometimes Joe holds the ball too long. And he'll be the first one to tell you that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, Jim Harbaugh does like to protect, so you're like, so it's one of those. He's a winner, man. I'm sure a lot of us would love to have him as a coach, man.
I don't fucking want to have him. Rob just did that to set me out. He just did to set me out.
We know he did. Rob's pushing buttons right now. Hey, really quickly, I know we came in firing. Go ahead.
Gary's rubbing off on me a little bit. I'm being a habitual line stepper.
Oh, it was coming. It was coming. Rob knew it was coming. It was coming.
Really?
That's my fault.
Really?
I fell into the trap. I fell into the trap.
Oh my goodness. Hey,
it's called rage baiting. Is what the kids call it. They call it rage baiting.
They call it what?
Rage baiting.
Raised bait.
Rage bait. He got me.
All of the
Gotcha.
We've all been gotten at some point, so that's what we do. Hey, we're gonna throw out how to find us, all that fun stuff, and we'll get to our topics because we are just excited to talk some sports with you guys in America. So again, follow us on Twitter or X at the number 12 THMAN Sports. We are on Facebook Live, as you're probably watching us. Facebook page is facebook.com/talking sports with the 12th man, or if you put 12th Man Sports, you'll find us as well. Post a lot of fun things. Rob is always posting sports minutes, drafts, all that fun stuff. We try to keep you guys engaged in that arena. And finally, we are on YouTube, which is our YouTube handle is another 12th Man Sports. So again, we're trying to get that page up. I need you guys to subscribe as well and follow that page as we get our legs going under that. We have a lot of exciting things to show you guys as well. But like I said, I've been ripping and running, and we got to come out and we're going to talk about, again, some top teams after week number 1. Now, I refuse to put the Eagles number 1. I freaking hate them. Richmond has been talking junk. He's from Philly, so they're not going number 1. So he can suck it all the way to wherever he's from. All the way back
to you and Gary, boy, y'all got a lot of hate in your heart.
I'm just saying, man, and it's tough, right? Because the fans are the ones that do it.
I'm so proud of him right now.
I'm just saying, man, because right now, I was kind of like the Eagles, they be drafting, it's tough because they be drafting the quarterback. So I was like, all right, y'all want me to. Then you got the fans that are talking all that junk, talking all that. Man, he was on fire this week and you couldn't shut him up. So, they're never going to be number 1 right now. So I got the Bills, the Ravens, the Eagles, the Packers, and the Chiefs. That's kind of my top 5. Obviously, the Bills with that great comeback, and I got the Ravens one too because obviously the collapse wasn't good, but the Ravens, obviously, Derrick Henry's going to say, hey, I the fumble, I was kind of the situation, but they still got elite talent across the roster, man. I like that.
Yeah, he never fumbles. That's
that's the thing. Yeah, they were showing his workout. He was like climbing hills and doing that. So, and he knows that. So they could have had that. Sorry, guys. And then Eagles, obviously, the champs, whatever. Jordan Love was pretty efficient. The offense was humming. Micah Parsons did his thing, and then obviously the Chiefs are up there. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to go just based off what I saw in week 1 here, and not based off of a history. So I'm not sure this is how obviously it's going to shake up. But to me, the Packers were the most impressive team I saw over the weekend, and so I got them number 1. I thought they were efficient offensively, even though Detroit could have had a couple of INTs, but they didn't capitalize on them. But outside of that, I thought Jordan Love was efficient. Offensive line played well. Their defense was outstanding. You talked about Micah Parsons there. So based off of what I saw over the weekend, I thought the Packers were the best team. So I have them number 1. I got the Chargers number 2. We just talked about them. I was thoroughly impressed with what they did over the weekend as well. And, hey, they had to give up a home game. And that was, when you can beat a team on a neutral site, that says a lot to me because 9 times out of 10, if you beat a team on a neutral site, you're the better team, right? And so that win really impressed me with the Chargers. Hey, I'm gonna put the Colts up there, man. They were impressive, 33-8. Man, was that Daniel Jones or Joe Montana playing in that game?
Like that out loud.
Come on, man.
Stop that.
Was that Daniel Jones or was that Joe Montana pretending to be Daniel Jones? What was that, man? We never seen that kind of efficiency out of Daniel Jones before. Now, it's one game. Is he going to continue to do it? But I'm going to base this off of what I saw this past weekend. We saying who's top 5 after week 1. I got the Colts number 3. I got the Commanders at number 4. What they did, they played really well defensively, and they offensive line, Josh Connolly, the rookie out of Oregon, played really well. At right tackle, Larry Tunsil played well. And look, they were successful last year with a poor offensive line. So now they have a good offensive line. I have the Commanders at number 4. And I'm going to put the Bills at number 5, right? That was an incredible comeback to come back and win that game at home. I still think in the long run, the Ravens are the better team. But just like we said before, I thought the Bills would squeak out a win, and they barely squeaked out a win. But I think in the long run, the Ravens are the better team.
Go ahead,
You want me to go? Okay.
What's the I don't care.
I got the Bills at number 1, but with an asterisk by that, because if you look at that game, and JQ and I, we were texting back and forth, that was one hell of a long second there, which really, really benefited the Bills. That was about a 3.5, 1 second sideline play there
That was a lucky win. However you look at it, it was a lucky win.
So I've got them at number 1. I do have Philly at number 2. I've got Green Bay. Green Bay was impressive at number 3. I've got the Chargers at number 4 and Tampa Bay at 5. I didn't pick anyone that lost in there. You had I think you had the Ravens in there. They lost. I wasn't going to put anybody in there that.
Yeah, the Ravens and the Chiefs in there.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, just again, I put them in there because they're the top. But I get you, Gary.
I'm curious to hear JQ's take on this.
Yeah.
I don't really care. It's week 1. Because you can't put the losers in there. It's like trying to figure out where to rank, the losers in week 1 with Texas and Clemson and all them. Like, they played a good team, but they lost, so where to really put them? You're not really going to know because any ranking right now without the Ravens in the top 5, as much as I hate those bastards, and the Chiefs, but you can't reward them for losing in week 1, right? So I don't really worry about it. To me, when it's 40-25 and you find a way to come back, I don't give a damn what happened 1 second or not. That is impressive. And what Green Bay did to Detroit, Detroit, with all the same personnel. They're
JQ,
just actually two
different
coordinators.
coordinators.
Listen, I got it, but still the same MFers. And the dude that started calling the plays was watching the dude call the plays 2 years in front of him. It's not like he don't know the plays. It's not like he don't know the tendencies. And Green Bay said, nope.
I'll give you that. I'll give you some of that. But,
Listen,
I will say,
if people are hurt, I will give you that. They had a full complement of offensive and defensive players for Detroit that both those coordinators had to work with, and their replacements are from in the building. And Green Bay shuts them down, and I did not see that happening. So to me, it's a 1A or a 1B. I don't give a damn about nobody else. You know, the Eagles won, but they struggled with Dallas, and they got lucky because CD could have won that game for them. He could have won that game for them, and he blew it. And he's got to live with that.
Yep.
But what Green Bay did to Detroit and what Buffalo did again to Baltimore coming back like that, it's those two and everybody else.
Yeah.
I
I think
agree with that.
I think you know, this is my counter. I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong with the coordinators in the building. I can speak from personal experience, you know, because again, you know, same thing whenever Kyle Shanahan left, they're like, oh, whatchamacallit's going with the offense. And this was Steve Skarsgård whenever he wasn't drinking, right? Steve S was in the building. That dude did not know how to run offenses. He didn't know how to call plays. I think we want to give a little some credit to those guys because they definitely know how to set things up. I mean, as much as I hate Shanahan with a passion, that dude didn't know how to call plays. I mean, that dude was a very creative mind. He was a little stubborn asshole, narcissistic, but he knew how to set people up. He knew some offenses. So we thought, oh, it's going to be the same thing.
That's also his downfall, though, because he always thinks that he's
absolutely.
Oh, he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, any room he's in.
But I will say,
learn anything from anybody else.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Gary, that's the thing. That's kind of the thing that's well, it's like, you know, you think it's a gimme. Oh, it's the same person, you know, same calls, totally different guy, totally different setup, mindset, and because you're not the same. I mean, I can say as a DJ, hey, you know, I'm playing the same music, but it's different. It's me. So everyone's going to be slightly different from that perspective. That's just what I'm calling. Like I said, I know you're shaking your head, JQ, but I mean, you're going to give Green Bay credit because they did stop and
hey, I said this last week on the show. Detroit's got the Johnnies and Joes in that building.
Sure
sometimes did. Johnnies and Joes will outweigh the X's and O's, man. There's a lot of talent on that team, and Detroit just manhandled them. They manhandled them in the trenches.
Yep.
They manhandled them with scheme. Yep. They manhandled them in every way imaginable in that football game, right? I mean, Micah Parsons only played about 20-something snaps in that game, and he made it.
And he ran that fool down and got the whole place going crazy.
He did one sack, guys, but whenever it mattered.
But he also had 3 QB pressures in that game. Sometimes that affects plays too as well. And he did affect some other plays with those other pressures in that game too.
Listen, him and Rashawn Gary are a problem rushing the passer right now.
Yeah, and Edgerrin Cooper, man, he's one of the best linebackers in the game. That guy's all over the field. I get to go to. He is fast
in person.
Yeah.
I wasn't diminishing the value. I was just saying that it's crazy how that one sack was like just an awesome play too. How he was
just hit the crowd go.
Yeah, and give him credit because they always they know certain organizations know exactly, hey, we're going to target this guy. Again, we go back to Reggie White. They knew at a target. We're like, hey, we're going to get Micah Parsons. And like, okay. And you're like, that
they're going for it.
Impressive. That was impressive for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, we said this. If they come around at the wide receiver position and offensive line, look out. This Packers team could go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, I said that when the trade was made, that puts Green Bay in that
Super Bowl
position in the NFC.
Yeah. And think about this.
As soon as it was made, and they confirmed it.
And think about, and we talked about this last week, Gary. Philly made the call, right? You know, Philly made the call. Obviously, they got hung up on by the Cowboys. They didn't want no part of making that trade. But the point of the matter is, you know, and not Mike is from Philadelphia, which is hilarious. But they made the call. And then, can you imagine, like Green Bay last year? They gave the Eagles all that they can handle too. So now you get Micah Parsons too. I mean, Philly, man, they got to be looking over the shoulder, like, okay, here comes Green Bay. Green Bay is not scared of them at all. So,
well, we got Jill following us tonight. Jill, thanks for following us again tonight.
Thank you, Jill. Appreciate
you.
A
friend of mine, I want to say real quick before we get to the next topic. Richard Meadows, who follows us regularly.
Nice.
He's having surgery this next week,
Oh,
a
shit.
major surgery. So, hey, Richard, get well. We appreciate your support and appreciate your friendship.
Yeah, we're praying for you, Richard. Quick recovery. Thanks for following us. Appreciate the
And
support.
he'd like to sit in with us once he gets through his surgery while he's off. What would you guys think about that?
Bring him on.
All right. All right.
All right, Rob, go ahead and do this quick clutch win for the Vikings.
Hey man, you watched that game. I'm sure y'all watched it. It looked like the Bears was in complete control in that game for 3 quarters, and all of a sudden McCarthy, who was looking very pedestrian the entire night until the 4th quarter, he got hot. I mean, even looking at his final stats, he was 13 out of 20, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns INT. He did run for a touchdown. He had 2 carries for 25 yards running and a touchdown. But obviously a very pedestrian performance. Then all of a sudden in the 4th quarter, he got hot at the right time. Kind of similar to the Sunday night game, the Bills coming back to win, and looked like Baltimore was in complete control. And it was just the opposite. Caleb Williams got off to a really good start, and then he struggled in the second half, right? He just tanked, right? And J.J. McCarthy, and look, he at least showed why Minnesota had the confidence in him. They drafted him in the 1st round.
Yeah.
They let Sam Darnold go for that reason because they believed in him. And this is definitely not a team to write off, particularly because you still got Brian Flores over there at the defensive coordinator position.
Right.
So he's going to have them in contention for this season. But I don't think this Minnesota team is going to win 14 games like they did last year. Definitely not, but definitely give them credit for going on the road. I know this wasn't a game that we picked on last week, but I thought the Bears would win this game at home, man. And for Minnesota to come back and win this game.
Fucking
So
son.
what?
Caleb Williams, you cannot miss that throw to DJ Moore up that sideline for a touchdown. It changes the game. The game is over.
Ben Johnson
Caleb.
was mad. He was hot at Caleb. He was mad. Ben Johnson.
Oh my God.
He
Caleb
was
Yeah.
was wide open throws. He was just seeing him just. And I was like, bro,
Big
you aren't
contest.
close. You're 2 seconds ahead of the play. What are you
Ben Johnson
doing?
was
Right.
Ben Johnson was hot.
Yeah.
Hot. He was
And hey,
sideline.
that
You
just
can
shows
read
the
body
inconsistency.
language here, can't you, Dre? I mean,
Yeah,
you're
he
like,
was hot. He was like
That just shows the inconsistency still with Caleb. You saw, he was getting rid of the ball out of his hands quickly in the first half, making decisive decisions, but he just totally tanked in the second half. He was indecisive in the second half. He started holding on to the ball too long again, and that's what's got him in trouble last year in the league and his last year at college at USC too, right? He's got to be decisive. He's got to be quick in his decision making. He's got to be accurate if they're going to have any success going forward.
I think it was the opposite, Rob. I think he got too sped up to where he was too far ahead of the play. He overthrew that ball to DJ. If he just took a pat and laid it in there to him, he had Cole Kmet again, I think on like a 3rd down, and he just totally missed him. He was wide open. I'm like, Caleb, what are you doing as the NFL quarterback? These are supposed to be routine throws. It wasn't he held it too long. I think it's the opposite. I think on those situations, he said, I can't hold it too long, and he overdid it.
Right.
And he was so far in front of it. I was like, what are you doing? Like, these are throws you have to be able to make as any quarterback, let alone the #1 overall pick. What are you doing?
He still got some question marks in his game as far as he still hasn't proven that he's legit #1 draft pick yet. So he
That's
still
what I
got a
said.
ways to go.
Fuck JJ. He got lucky. Caleb blew that game for the Bears. Now we get to talk about JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
He ain't that dude. Caleb let him back in that game. He let him back in that game 100%. I was watching it and again, I listen to America. I don't like JJ McCarthy. I don't like nothing about Michigan. I was from Michigan player. I still hate Tom Brady to this day, and he retired. Still hate him. So I'm gonna own my biasness, but we got to pump the brakes on JJ McCarthy. Caleb Williams.
Oh, nobody's saying he's all world, but you got to give him credit for at least coming back and winning
I'm
that
not
game.
gonna give him credit for shit.
Well, I'm gonna give the guy some credit for coming back and winning. Caleb Williams missed the throw. That's on Caleb, but you can't take away credit from JJ McCarthy for what he did in that 4th quarter and coming back and winning that game. I'm not saying JJ McCarthy is an All-Pro or Hall of Famer or anything like that, but hey, man, you got to give the man some credit for coming back in a clutch situation in a tough environment on the road.
Rob, stay black, and pay taxes. That's all I got to do, Rob. I got to do shit else. He got lucky because Caleb left him in the game.
Hey, I agree with Caleb blowing the game, but I'm also going to give JJ his credit for coming back on a tough environment and winning that game.
Breaks off the Vikings in week 3. Let's go talk about something else.
Oh, we beat the brakes off him too. Gary, hey Gary, so you saw Ben Johnson was pretty hot on the sidelines, right? You saw that, right? You saw how he was like pissed.
Oh, we all saw it.
He was like, man,
I would have went to the other sideline. So we pulled off. walked around the
When did you ever think somebody would miss Jared Goff, right?
it just goes to show you.
He was missing Jared Goff last night.
Yeah, I mean, it just you missed a veteran quarterback, obviously, and Caleb's young. He's going to go through some serious growing pains, and Ben Johnson, you know, that's
he chose that fingernail polish wearing MFer as his quarterback. He chose that job.
He did.
Oh,
he did. Yeah, he thought he could change it, man, but we'll see how long that lasts. Hey, this is on you, Gary. So, so Jalen Carter avoids suspension, my guy. So,
how? I know how.
Got pictures.
No, because Dak spit at them first.
And I don't know. Watching when you first saw it, you're like, man, that was just bullshit. Then when you see the whole thing and see Dak really kind of being a punk behind his 2 offensive linemen, and then knowing that they're right there, steps around him as if he's going to be able to do something, and that you haven't even started the game. Your adrenaline is sky high. He knows he just got spit at. I don't know what Dak told him. I don't know if Dak says, "Yeah,
he winked at him."
Yeah, I know he winked at him, but he also said something, and I couldn't really figure out what he said. But I'm sure I don't think it was something nice. I think it was a little smart mouth. The guy got pissed and spit back at him, and then he's the one that got.
Oh, the second person, right?
I'm glad it didn't go any further.
He got it. He listened. Raised bait. He raised baited it.
Yeah. So
I'm glad that it didn't go and any further than that.
He basically tricked him to get him out. So he won that one. Dak, Dak was doing punkish things, but he won. He basically got rid of their best player. So Dak, you win that battle right now.
But Jalen Carter's got to be smarter than that, man. He can't do anything stupid like that, man. Could have cost his team that game. And thankfully they were, for the Eagles, thankfully they were able to pull a game out. But, I mean, he's their best defensive player, man. That guy's unblockable when he's in the game, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be top 1 or 2 defensive tackles in the game. He's explosive, uses good leverage. I mean, he lives in the backfield, man. So that kind of impact player, he's got to be smarter than that. I'm sure the coach is talking to him, but, I mean, you can't spit on another dude. That's ridiculous.
You can't take that UJ out of them. That's who they are.
Yeah. We had a show on Thursday night, so we was talking about it the same night as the game was taking place. How he and Nolan Smith, the other guy who had 2 dumb penalties in that game, both from the University of Georgia.
And don't forget about Pickens.
Yeah,
don't forget about
Pickens. Everyone.
What's that all about?
He's like, what about me? Let me. Don't forget about me. Let me get some action in here. That was hilarious.
Clothesline that guy.
Hey,
Yep. Don't forget about that fool.
Yeah.
Hey, anybody that's in a recruiting battle against Georgia, man, they should put together a clip of Jalen Carter spitting, Nolan Smith dumb penalties, and George Pickens and say, "Do you want to act like those guys?"
Clotheslining that guy for no reason.
And then throw in all the arrest videos from speeding and doing 135. Throw those into the thing as well.
They're gonna seem like me. Not wrong, but that's hilarious. Hey, let's talk about Buffalo's comeback win, Rob. Go ahead and kick that off real quick, man.
Well, I think we kind of already touched on it. I mean, I thought that game was over, and I thought the Ravens had that clearly in hand. I mean, unbelievable comeback. Obviously, the fumble we talked about with Derrick Henry, that played a role. Obviously, the Baltimore went out 3 and out twice there. It kind of cost them at the end of the game, and they were moving the ball at will the entire game, but went 3 and out twice and then had a fumble there. And as we know the story, I mean, Buffalo was able to score 16 points in the last 4 minutes and something, which is insane what they were able to do. But Josh Allen, man, I'm telling you, if I had to take a quarterback in the NFL right now, I think Baltimore has a better roster. But if you had to take a quarterback in the NFL right now to start your franchise, are you taking anybody over Josh Allen? I don't know.
Right
I
now,
think Josh Allen is the guy I'm taking.
Patrick Mahomes, not Patrick, not Joe Burrow.
I think Patrick Mahomes has been helped by Andy Reid, and don't get it twisted. Patrick Mahomes is a heck of a quarterback. I'm not taking that from him, but man, Josh Allen is an incredible. I mean, running ability, throwing ability, toughness. Man, he just has it all, man. I don't know if he's starting a franchise. I don't know if he's starting a franchise with a quarterback over Josh Allen right now.
I think there's one that you better talk about that he can't beat. There's one that he can't beat. You need to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Joe Burrow.
Can't beat Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Josh Allen's a tough one to take over. I don't know who you take over Josh Allen right now. And look, I'm a Joe Burrow fan. I'm a Jaden Daniels fan. You know that with my LSU connection. But man, Josh Allen, man, I don't know. Tough as nails.
The dude he can't beat. Anyway, fuck them both. Buffalo won because I hate Buffalo.
Tell us how you really feel, JQ.
I said what I said. Okay. Well, listen, it was a heck of a game.
Yes,
and we talked about it. And yeah, listen, Baltimore does that with Buffalo. It's just the way that it goes. Like Cincinnati can't beat Baltimore, but Baltimore can't beat Buffalo, but Buffalo can't beat Cincinnati. But Kansas City can beat everybody, but they struggle with the Bengals. And it just kind of goes in this loop in this AFC. It just depends on who plays who. And I took ball. I said it. I stand on it. I took Denver last week. I'm gonna take Denver again. I don't know who they can beat though. We'll have to find out. But I think we know that Baltimore can't beat Buffalo. Buffalo can't beat Cincinnati. Baltimore really can't beat anybody else in Cincinnati in the playoffs. And the Chiefs and the Bengals are just a crapshoot.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
What you got, Gary?
I got nothing. That topic is done.
Nice. All right. So we're gonna kick it to the Packers again. I know your boy Mike is pretty happy, JQ. We're all this Packer talk here, but
he was there.
Great. We did mention that. So it looks like we're looking at this note here that the Packers have actually extended Christian Watson to 1 year. What is it? 3 point something. I just looked it up real quickly. 3.5 million, something like that deal.
No, 13.
13? Oh no, is it 13 or was it 3? 13. Yeah. Okay.
We're talking about 1 year, $3 million. That's a pay cut.
That's on me. Hold on. I was literally. I just got back from trivia, so I'm trying to get
I got you
up too, man. So I was looking at that real quickly.
Listen, they're hoping he's the 1A to 1B to Golden. Is what it comes down to.
They had Dubs too. Did they have a guy named Dubs that they drafted the same year in 2022?
Romeo Dubs. Yeah.
And so
Watson was a second round pick. Romeo was a fourth round pick. They drafted him in the same draft.
Yeah.
You got Reed from Michigan State.
Yeah, Jalen Reed as well.
Reed.
So I was looking at this, and then I think they were kind of picking which one, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to pick Watson," because I think he had more of the upside, even though Dubs was,
Dubs kind of been outplaying him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're still hoping that Watson is the guy that has the size, that has the potential, but he just haven't lived up to the billing yet.
But
they don't want to give up on him just yet. They're still hoping that they can, develop him into what they envision him to be when they draft him. He just hadn't turned out to be that kind of player yet.
So Watson's still got the torn ACL, correct?
Yeah, he's recovering from it.
So that's great for him that he got 13 and a quarter.
Was it 13? Is that what he got?
Let's what they feel about everybody else. I told you that Reed is trying to play the Jones fracture. So that part, and I don't know what he's going to be able to give you on the Jones fracture playing wide receiver.
It says he's rehabbing his knee though, right? It says he got that extension even though he's rehabbing from that ACL, which is pretty interesting. So
I was a little shocked at that.
He's been on the pup
list. I was too, to be
still.
honest, but my thoughts is that they still hoping that he can become the player that they envision him to be. I don't think they just want to give up on him just yet.
Right.
But I was very shocked at that extension too, because he hasn't lived up to the billing.
Yeah. Well, he's in the final year of that. He was in the final year of the 4-year contract.
You know how you see what they're doing out there in Green Bay. They're on the light skin brigade. So
You know what? Come on, man. But you know what? I'm gonna give some shout outs.
JQ, man, you talking about
JQ's
light skinned
on
people? You talking about a dude painting his fingernails? Come on, man.
He's on fire tonight.
He is really.
But
Ricky, what are you drinking there? Let's see what you got there.
This is Crown. And this is Stella. So any sponsorships, y'all let me know.
Crowd and Stella, let's go. Hey, but that you did remind me though, because back in the day, Sterling Sharp, man, Donald Driver, they used to have some hella wide receivers back in the day too. So, like you said, if they can get some wide receivers,
my dude, they called off the back on Monday night off the dude off the men's title's back. Other light skinned dude.
He was a light skinned dude. I know exactly what you're talking about. Was Amon Brooks? I think no. I can see. Shit, Antonio something. I can see his face.
Antonio Freeman.
That's him. Yeah.
Yep,
So,
Antonio Freeman. That's him.
Well, hey Rob, before we go on,
dude, boy.
why don't you do a little take for us with Jill on here? Why don't you do a little take for us? She's a big Seahawk fan. Her whole family is. A little take on that Seahawk game. What's your thought process on that?
Before I touch on the Seahawks game, I wanted interesting comment made by Josh Jacobs. I don't know if y'all saw the interview after the Packers-Lions game that he said. He said our team is so locked in on football, and he said it's easy because there's nothing to do here in Green Bay.
Listen, he ain't wrong. I've been there.
I've never been there, but
listen, it's a great atmosphere. The stadium being in the middle of the neighborhood and the way they do the pregame and where they park at the same people's houses they've known for years, it's fantastic. But yeah, you ain't doing shit on Tuesday in Green Bay. Like
he said we all are so locked in on football, and he said it's easy because there's nothing to do here in Green Bay.
You know what you're doing on a Friday night in Green Bay? You're going to a fish fry.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Or ice fishing.
I'm saying that is it.
In the wintertime, they love that ice fishing up there for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Jill, man. She is on fire. Like, let's get some comments her. So let's show her some love.
I appreciate you, Jill. I got you. I know what you meant.
Yep. And Jill, thanks again for the engagement and tuning in every week. We really appreciate it. As far as the Seahawks, I did watch a good bit of that game against the 49ers on Sunday. And if I'm a Seahawks fan, I'm disappointed that you lost that game to the 49ers at home. Kittle went out of that game. Juwan Jennings went out of that game. So to me, it was a perfect opportunity for Seattle to capitalize, particularly being at home in that football game. So I think, obviously giving up that long pass play to Ricky Purcell in the fourth quarter was a huge blow to that game. And but that's one, if you're a Seattle fan, you got to say, hey, we let that one get past us because that's a game that we should have won in that football game. They couldn't block Bosa, so that was a problem. He was living in Sam Darnold's in his ear the entire game, right? So that was a problem, though. So they got a couple things they got to fix. But to me, if you're a Seattle fan, that's one that you let get away because you should have beat the 49ers.
And the other piece of that is you get ahead of yourself, right? Like, of course, I love Njigba, Buckeye. But when you let DK go, and then I think Lockett had lost a step, and he also let him go.
Yep.
So now you're paring it down to him. And you got a good running game, Charbonnet and Walker, but I think they just lost one too many weapons on the outside. And you're asking a lot of Njigba to be the end-all, be-all.
Yeah.
And I think that's just where they're lacking right now. I don't know exactly where it got so out of sync with DK where you had to let him go, or trade him rather. But to me, that's when I look at the Seahawks, it's like, bro, if you just double Njigba, then where does everything else come from if you can't run the ball? So I think that's going to be the problem they have moving forward, at least this year.
Yeah. And
those are good comments. I liked how Darnold stood in the pocket with a lot of heat on his ass from Bosa and still played well.
And I'll tell you one other thing I'll say here. Trading Geno Smith and signing Sam Darnold, is that a clear upgrade? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
thing is this: I don't think it
I think
matters
it is.
to either one of them when you let DK go and you don't replace that production. Obviously,
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So those are good comments, but I was just saying I also don't
Yeah.
know if they got an upgraded quarterback position.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think he's an
agree.
upgrade to Geno.
If
I really
Donald
don't.
wanted to start with a fresh start, have his own guy in there, that's you kind of want to get rid of that old. So you kind of see where he was going with that. And but like you said,
Yeah.
Rob, good
You know what
points.
it is.
Gino
Yeah.
had a heck of a game this past week for the
Yeah,
Raiders.
he had a great game. And this is the thing because you got rid of all the weapons, you got rid of Lockett, you got rid of Mech, like we talked about. So then you're going to expect him to I'm going to run the ball, play some defense, and that's what you're kind of thinking if you're McDonald's. That's where you came from the Ravens.
What they did, but you still have to have somebody on the outside to make
That's what I'm
plays.
saying.
They did though.
That's what I'm saying.
So
though.
we agree with you, but I'm just adding on. Now I agree with you what you're saying about DK Metcalf, but I'm also adding on the fact that
Yeah.
I don't think that was an upgraded quarterback position too.
Well, the only way you'd be able to make that case really is if there were some weapons there on the wideout for him and tight end position equally for him to go to. And I think that they've
Listen,
You see them wide receivers Geno Smith got with the Raiders?
Yeah.
shit, they have to
Last
catch
time
the
I
ball.
looked at him, they had Andre Peterson and Jaquan Jenkins running routes out there,
Oh,
man.
listen.
That's not a great wide receiver duo
Listen,
out there.
Yeah, why would I do that bad, man?
Listen,
Come on,
Trey
man. I
Tucker
get
and
that. All right, come on.
Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers. Listen, Brock Bowers.
Yeah,
But
you got
he
Bowers.
got Brock Bowers, though.
You got
Brock Bowers is slowly becoming the best tight end in football.
Well, we gotta watch out because he also got hurt in that game. But yeah, but listen,
Yep.
Tucker and Jacoby Myers ain't no pump. They just don't get a lot of pump. But listen, I would say that Geno went to Vegas and then Brock Bowers is healthy for the rest of the year. He's got better weapons than Sam Darnold has now in Seattle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about it, man. The Raiders didn't have any quarterback, man. They had shit for quarterback last year. Freaking Aiden McConnell, Ritter. What the hell was that? So anything is like an upgrade. That's why Devontae's trying to get the hell out of there. He's like, I got to get out of here, man. This is some bullshit. You know, so,
Listen, it was right back with that fool Garoppolo. That is hilarious. I can't believe
Garoppolo was an asshole too. So they have nothing, you know. So that was
I would have
shit.
loved to hear that conversation where they told Devontae, "Hey, you know who we're bringing back in as our quarterback? Garoppolo." And he probably said, "I'm gonna get away from this fool."
Yeah, I'm
I
out.
am so out of here.
Yeah, that was bad. Hey, but you know, JQ, I know Gary's not happy about this, but see him like Christian McCaffrey was running, man. They ran him, so you know, we thought he was gonna be injured, but Christian was doing his thing, man. So you don't want to hear that. Obviously, they lose George Kittle to injured reserve with the hamstring. They cut Jake Moody because he was missing field goals. He missed the 36 one. He missed the 27-yard. Well, he missed one. He got one blocked, and so that was some bullshit. So kicking is becoming a certain issue right now. Go ahead.
You can see that Kyle Shanahan was totally upset with the kicking game. If you watch that game,
100%.
I mean, he was livid with the special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
was
So
going
you knew
off on
something
him.
was going to take place in that after what I witnessed in that game on Sunday.
I'm just happy he had the balls to do something the Falcons need to do because we need to cut your boy Young Ho Koo, man. After he cut, man.
Who is surprised, man? He was a good kicker a few years ago. All of a sudden, he's kind of falling off.
He got the yips now, man. He's got the yips, man, because he's missed. A
Sometimes when they get that,
yeah,
there ain't no going back.
I mean, I remember Jimmy
Didn't
Johnson.
the Falcons bring in somebody for a workout today? I heard.
Yeah, we got this is gonna get you, Gary. John Parker Romo is who we got. So yeah, we signed him.
Parker Romo.
Because Parker Romo, believe it or not, he used to kick for the Vikings, ironically. So we're going back to play the Vikings next week. That's gonna
Can we
be.
talk about how Jake Moody sucks? He's a Michigan Wolverine. He got cut. Yay!
That was great, JQ. Yay!
I love it. I love it.
Man,
Okay.
Bengals draft any Michigan players? We got to find this. We got to figure this out because I'm curious.
If
They
I-
have.
Huh? Who'd you get?
If I drafted any Michigan players,
I'm trying to figure out if they drafted any Bengals players. Any
They
Michigan-
have. The Bengals have drafted a few Michigan players over the
oh,
years.
listen, I hate it. The
I hope
Jackson
the Cowboys
sorry ass.
never draft
Listen,
another
listen.
Michigan player again after that.
What are you
damn
talking
Mozzie
about?
Smith.
Chris Jenkins Jr. I was like, oh yeah, I got a Jenkins. I realized he was a Michigan Wolverine. I can't buy that jersey.
Oh
I
God!
can't buy it all because my mind knows that he went to Michigan.
You don't even buy gas in Michigan.
Listen, I just piss in the tank when it's on empty, so I get into Ohio or Indiana, and then I stop.
I don't even buy gas. I don't even buy gas.
Those are lies, America. I'm gonna buy gas in Michigan. I'm not gonna go on the side of the road. But that really made me mad. I said, we really drafted Chris Jenkins Jr. from Michigan. I finally got somebody with the last name Jenkins to be on the Bengals where I don't have to custom make this jersey, and I can't buy it. I'm gonna give me a drink. Y'all go ahead and talk.
Yeah. Do the rank the top classes real quick, Rob, and then we'll get to some predictions here. And if the Colts are for real, man, this is nuts.
Yeah. I'm going to start with the Cleveland Browns, and I'm sure JQ saw this firsthand this past weekend. Mason Graham in the first round played well. Carson Schwarzenegger, linebacker from UCLA, in the second round played well. Tight end Harold Fannin Jr. was blocking and receiving in that game. And Dylan Sampson at running back. So you got to give Cleveland a lot of credit for that. And Dre, I'm going to give the Falcons a little credit too. Xavier Watts, third round pick from Notre Dame, played well. Obviously, James Pierce and of course, Jalen Walker had a good amount of snaps. I think Pierce played 23 snaps.
Bowman was
Walker
playing
played
too.
26 snaps. Billy Bowman played 47 snaps. So I'll show your Falcons some. And then the Bucks, man, Emeka Buka, man, he was outstanding. When you look at what he did, but also Jacob Parrish, cornerback, third round pick from Kansas State, right? He played extremely well in the slot for Tampa in that game. Also, Taki Smith as well. So Tampa rookies also played really well. Arizona, I saw that firsthand on Sunday. The third round rookie Jordan Burch out of Oregon had a few nice pass rushes in that game. Will Johnson, man, he failed in the second round, but he was outstanding in that game. I know JQ want to hear that from Michigan, but he was outstanding in that game as well. And then last, the Eagles. The Eagles always draft well. Jihad Campbell stepped up really well for the Philadelphia Eagles in that game. Versatile linebacker. A poor man's Micah Parsons. He can rush the passer and drop in coverage. And also their second round pick, Andrew Makuba, played really well for the Eagles in that game. So those are 5 teams that I think did fairly well with their draft picks.
What'd you say, JQ? I cut. What were you saying about Will Johnson whenever Rob was saying that?
Man, he smoked the shit out of Chris Olave. He put him out the game. On that short slant pass, he came in. I said, oh my God.
That was Spencer Rattler's fault. He shouldn't have threw that.
No, yeah, he trying to get Chris Olave a hospital ball, but that was bad. I watched that play and said,
Yeah, Will Johnson, that was a tough one, man, because Emeka, man, that one play that Baker, Jesse Bates bit, and Mike Hughes is not a number 2 corner; he's a number 3 corner. So I'd love to. We got to draft a corner next year. But
did you hear the conversation they had with Mike Evans about that play at the post game? He said Emeka told them in the huddle. He said, "Man, we need to run a post right here. I'm going to win the game." Yeah. They said, "Oh shit," and they said, "Okay." He called the play. He called his own post route on that play and called it for the winner.
Yeah. That dude, they had so much praise for him during the. I'm not a fan of Jonathan Vilma right now. I'm just saying X-Saint, but it's all good. But
I liked our offensive guard.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Tyler Booker, 61 snaps, 2 pressures, 0 sacks, 0 penalties.
Oh, okay.
He did phenomenal in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And he even smacked the shit out of one guy right down to the ground, and I loved it.
He also didn't have Jalen Carter to deal with.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. He got lucky. Jalen Carter, like Rob said earlier, that dude is pretty unblockable, man. So that dude, man, he's giving folks a business, man. So, Rob, are you on your laptop, Rob, or your iPad?
No, I'm on my still on my phone.
Okay, it looks like you got a different look there. Okay.
Well, you're full screen now.
Yeah, we got excited. We thought something just happened.
Wow.
He had
I don't know what I did, but I just turned it off and back on. All of a sudden, full screen.
No, he just had to put that patent back.
A little bit too close, but that's
what?
He got the buttons on his feet, them. He had to put that pad on that booty and move it around so he could.
Let's go. I got you. Hey, I do want to. We're gonna get to some predictions, but we talked about some surprises, right? And again, Rob, we're gonna get back into this because I really think that Nobody saw that coming with the Colts and with Daniel Jones. And I know JQ. Sorry, we got to give a little shout out here, but right now looks like Shane Steichen kind of was right, man, because we don't know what we saw in camp, but that offense looks a lot better because we didn't draft. I know I didn't draft any Colts players because I don't know what the hell was going to happen in fantasy, but the way that they're playing, I was like, fantasy waiver wire, let's go, because he was slinging, out there. Nobody saw that. Nobody.
And Miami is a team in turmoil too, so I think we still got to see more from the Colts. Obviously, they did what they were supposed to do, so give them credit. I mean,
nobody expects that, Rob.
I just think it's fool's gold.
Rob.
Yeah, but you got to. I mean, obviously, if you got a team that's in turmoil, they come into your house and you just whip them up and down the field. So give the coach credit for doing what they were supposed to do in that game, right? When you got a team that's in turmoil, but obviously you still got to see more. The Colts actually have a pretty good roster, right?
They do.
We do. So when you look at their receivers, they're better. They got Tyler Warren at the tight end position. They got a good offensive line, good running back, even though Jonathan Taylor, running backs age a little faster. And they got some good defensive players on that team. So from a roster perspective, they have a good roster, right? And can Daniel Jones be a game manager and they win some games? I mean, they haven't had a good quarterback for quite some time, but over the last few years, they were still competitive. 8-9 wins, right? Even Minshew almost took them to the playoffs 2 years ago, right?
Yep. So,
I mean, I think they could possibly win that division with an average quarterback. And Daniel Jones is an average quarterback. So, I mean, to me, they're in contention for sure in that division. I mean, they're not a contender. They're not a Super Bowl contender by any means.
What'd you say, Gary?
That's the weakest division in football.
One of them. Yeah, you got the Texans, you got the Colts. The Jaguars should take this, right? You're thinking ahead. The Jaguars should take this.
No,
I think the NFC South is the weakest division in football, and maybe the AFC South is the next weakest.
It's close. They're 1A, 1B. Listen, I agree with you, but come on, man. This is about the Dolphins. He was a genius a couple of years ago. All the trick plays and the running games. My dude Mostert had like 22 rushing touchdowns like 2 years ago or something crazy like that. Like he had they were supposed to be like climbing this hill, and their crash is worth a 30 for 30. Like I don't know what's going on in that locker room.
They're soft. They play soft in every position.
I got you, but they have so much speed still. All that speed still remains, and they are doing nothing with it. Like that speed had us worried 2 years ago. Like, oh my God, are the Dolphins going to be there as long as Tua don't get concussed? He's got Waddle and Hill. He's got A-Chain and Mostert. Like he's got Jonnu Smith at tight end. Like they had just fast and short and turf kind of offense going, and it just went almost overnight. Where I'm like, man, who's sleeping with who in this locker room with the girlfriends and the wives? Because to me, it's got to be something. Like that is a fast.
Doesn't it look like a mid-season team that's just lost? That the head coach has just lost the locker room.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Gary. I was getting ready to say that.
And
it just seems like I agree. I was getting ready to say the exact same thing, Gary. It just seems like that he's lost that locker room. I know Rex Ryan made some harsh comments about him, calling him McNerd and all this kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
McGenius and all that kind of foolishness. But it does seem like he has lost that locker room. And sometimes you can stay in a place a little bit too long. I think this is his 4th or 5th year in Miami, and it just seems like that he's lost that locker room. Obviously, Tyreek Hill and the situation they've had with him speaking out about the roster in the offseason, right? And then he's had some offseason issues as well. I mean, off the field issues as well. So it just seems like there's a lot going on down there, and I agree with Gary. It just seems like that he's definitely lost that locker room. And I agree with JQ too. That's got a lot of talent on that team.
There's a ton of talent. But I agree with you, Gary. I said I wouldn't even take it to week 1. I was going to piggyback on you, Gary. I would take it back to last year. You talk about the dude that you pried away from Kansas City. Their deep threat, your ballyhooed free agent signing. He was a captain last year, and he quit on that team basically last year in week 18 or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, because of the bye. And then you strip him of his captaincy going into this year. that means that you have lost the locker room. That locker room is wayward. The fact that you have to come out and strip him of his captaincy, like, think about that. He was your prize free agent. He was was going to put you over the top. Over the top, Jalen Waddle running underneath him. And then we're gonna run these plays off of him with McDaniel's genius coming with that San Francisco running game. And for all of it just to be to the point where they go to Indianapolis and they don't score till late in the fourth quarter to where the game was over and it's just a gimme score.
So when the season's over and you've had a season like Miami had last year and you've lost your team, you've got to go in there to your bosses in that organization and you've got to sell yourself. Hey, this is what I'm going to do different. This is what we're going to do different. And then week 1, you look like that. It's not going to be any better week 2. It's just not.
What I would tell you is they need a new quarterback and they need another number 1 wide receiver. And those don't grow on trees. But that's where they are.
It's a quarterback.
They're going to have to totally rebuild. I mean, they're going to have to get rid of the coach. They're going to have to get rid of the quarterback.
Yep.
They're going to have to get rid of Tyreek Hill. They're going to have to totally rebuild that entire organization right
Yes.
now, right? Because it's a dumpster fire right now.
I agree.
If I were running that organization, they'd have been shit canned after week 1. And I'd have said, let's figure this shit out. I'm bringing you up.
They should have done an out season.
Yeah, but they didn't. Somehow he was able to say just enough, right?
No. To me, it speaks louder than the words of the dude that you probably would think about it. You probably this dude away from Kansas City, who is I hate him, but they're a walking dynasty still in the making. You got their number 1 weapon to come with the dudes you just drafted above Justin Herbert. You put with Jalen Waddle that you get this game to. And now you're at this point. It was that point last year. And then you have to – he is talking about – he quit in the middle of the last game. To me, if I'm an owner and the dude I just went and got, and I can't keep my quarterback healthy and my wide receiver quits on me, this past offseason was the time you were supposed to say,
bye-bye.
Come on, man.
Martin Lawrence used to stay on this show. Get the step.
Listen, man, you can't quit on me in the middle of the game. You're a captain. What does that say about the locker room? You quit in the middle of a game. To me, that doesn't get enough pub.
You know, when we see that, we see teams and players at whether it's baseball, basketball, football, or whatever. You can tell when they're just going through the motions and just trying to just get through whatever they got to get through at the time. And as an athlete, I hate that. I don't give a shit if I'm losing 45-0. I'm going in there with reckless abandon. I'm going to try and hit somebody. I'm going to try and take somebody out. And any athlete that's, worth anything, you've got to have it yourselves.
So you're saying you're an athlete, Gary?
I used to be.
The fact that he was a captain, he did that, and then they let him
Rob.
Tells me everything I need to know about Miami.
It is tough. It is tough because Tyreek Hill's been having a lot of problems in Miami. Obviously, the issue that with the Dade County Police. I know he's having some personal problems with divorce and everything like that. It's Miami's not looking like a good look for Tyreek Hill right now. And then, like I said, couple the fact that who the hell's a quarterback? Mike McDaniel is supposed to be the genius, like we talked about, and it just looks like it's a shit show, man. So
Mike McDaniel's on his way to being somebody's offensive coordinator again.
We're talking about that. He may be a coordinator for the for the Lions. They said that.
That's for coordinator going. He might be your run game coordinator, but he's falling so far. I don't even know if he can be OC next year. He might just have to be.
I think he can still be an OC.
Oh, listen. Okay.
I'm with you, Jake. You on that.
Going, he could be your running game coordinator, but he can't be my OC next year.
Man, bad head coaches, man, they get coordinator
quarterback
jobs
coach
really quick.
assistant. You can be a quarterback coach assistant.
I agree with you under normal circumstances.
And if he is a run game coordinator, he will be an assistant head coach, something like that. He will be an assistant head coach or OC. He's not going to fall that far down. I disagree with you guys on that.
No. I think other people have gravitas. When you look at him, I don't feel like people take him seriously anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like they take him seriously anymore, what's happening in Miami. And it might, and for most other people, your Dennis Allens and stuff like that, where you can step back and be a DC or OC, I can see that. But I never, even when New Orleans was having trouble. I still feel like people took Dennis Allen seriously. When you go on TV and call him a McNerd and all this, and nobody pushes back, like they don't take that dude seriously, bro.
The
And
only reason I think he'll still get a coordinator job or assistant head coach job, he's just so well connected within that group, that Shanahan group and that Sean McVay group. He's still well connected with all those guys. Dan Campbell. And the NFL is still a good old boy network.
Yeah.
So they still want to give him that opportunity. I
Now
don't think he's going to fall that far down.
That's a valid point, but they're also going to look at what the hell he's been doing. What have
The
you done for
NFL
me?
is a good old boy network.
Right, but it's also what have you done for me lately? And he hasn't done jack shit.
But those guys know how smart he is, and they're going to bring him back as an offensive coordinator. They're not going to bring him back as the run game coordinator. I can promise you that.
He's a smart dude. I agree with Rob. I mean, he's not. I mean, we talking about how bad it is, but I mean, he's still.
I'm not saying that, but my only thing is where I think me and Gary agree and align on is that it's just the optics are so bad with what's happening with him.
Yeah,
he's calling like it's one thing that because they're looking at him like you have all this talent, you still have all this talent, and y'all went to Indianapolis and got boat raced by Daniel Jones, and what's going on in our locker room? And I just if the year progresses the same way this week one has gone with it. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're right. Good old boy network. Somebody, hey man, I got you.
Oh yeah.
I'll come. Listen, the Nick Saban approach. I can help you rebuild your image. Come here. I can help build you back up. But even for everybody that he brought in as a coordinator, I just don't think they have had as much egg on their face as I think he's going to have at the end of this year. It's going to be bad in Miami.
Yeah, and if he's the one that survives, he may be the only one that survives.
Oh no, he's fired. He's fired. It's just about.
Oh, he's done as a head coach. I'm not arguing that. He's done as a head coach. But I guarantee you somebody's going to hire him as an OC.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Whether it's a major college program or it's an NFL program, somebody's going to hire him as an OC.
You can't do that. That's different. I could see a college hiring him as an OC. I was talking about NFL.
Oh, I see one or the other. It sucks. These major universities now is just like NFL programs now. I mean, with all the money that they have.
Yeah, but there's a whole bunch more college programs with money. There's only 32 NFL teams, and he's out there getting embarrassed on the NFL stage. That's why I say I can see college OC, but I can also see just as assistant head coach, special teams, or running game coordinator in the NFL. He can't let all these other games look like week one. Is what I'm saying.
He could go to USC.
This shit.
Well, Lincoln Ryan is not going to hire him because Lincoln Riley, but
he might be gone.
All those teams, all those coaches that he's tight with, like the Shanahans of the world and the Sean McVays of the world, and those groups, they're going to make sure he's going to get a job somewhere.
I didn't say he'll get a job. Think about everybody just named. Which one of those head coaches are going to be looking for a new OC? Where you just go come in and replace him? And how do you explain that to the owner and the fan base? Like those are teams that have good teams going. Like I don't feel like they need to replace their OC with him.
Well, let's say if Detroit Lions offense falls off tremendously this year from last year, you don't think Dan Campbell's going to give Mike McDaniel a call?
Man, you know how bad you got to be this year in Detroit to have Mike McDaniel replace you? I'm not saying you're wrong, but you got to be inept in your first year.
You got to go from worst to
I just know, we have seen this story time and time again. How these coaches they retreads, they get fired and they go being coordinators yet again, or at worst they go be a assistant head coach / position coach.
That's what I think it's gonna be, assistant head coach / position coach. I would give you that one. I just don't think he's gonna be an OC.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he's not an OC, he's going to be an assistant head coach / position coach. That's what I said earlier. Yeah,
I can agree with that.
All right, let's get these predictions because we want to wrap this up, man. It's been a long day, man. So,
Andre's talking about shit.
What?
Andrew said, "Come on, let's keep it going."
Well, it's 12. I know you guys got things to do, man, and we've been.
I'm with you too. I got you.
So really good games here. We talked about the first week of the NFL, and we got a good game off the bat. We've got Washington at Green Bay. So we've got
Green Bay
all the way.
Green Bay.
Green
I'm
Bay.
picking Green Bay. Hey, you guys know how I feel about these Thursday night games. You got to be significantly better as
Yep.
the road team to go in there and win on the short week.
Yep.
And we already talked about how well Green Bay played in week 1.
Yep.
And I'm going to go with Green Bay. I think Washington is competitive in this game.
Yep.
But they'll come up short.
But I mean, listen. I know that Giants defense is better than we give it credit for. It's just that offense is just so anemic that they don't get the credit that they should get. The same with the Browns. But I wasn't crazily impressed with Washington against the Giants. Like I know that defense is better, but like I was waiting on them to just still,
Unleash.
foot the ass and ass to belt the ass, and I didn't get that from them. And I agree with you, Rob. We talk about it all the time. Road teams on Thursday night. Good luck. And you got the only chance they have is if Green Bay starts reading their own press, right? Like we're the shit. We're good. They're not ready for us. And
I just think you got to be significantly better than the opponent if you're going to go on the road on Thursday night and win. That's a tough thing to do.
Yep.
Or if
Although we saw it more often last year than years past that a Thursday night road team won.
My only caveat is if Green Bay is reading their own press.
Mm-hmm.
If they come out and play like they played against Detroit on Thursday, I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, same thing. We're all picking Green Bay. We know that it's going to be Cincinnati, Jacksonville at Cincinnati.
I'll be in the building.
Yeah, that's what's up, Jackson.
Nice.
So Bengals for me all the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals.
Jacksonville.
See, that's just hate. You know what I mean? Like we can't have nice things.
Is that because you live in Florida now, Gary? Is that what that all
I don't
about?
know. That's just
Yeah.
that's what it
Yes, it's because I live in Florida.
is. Sure.
I'm picking Cincinnati in this one. I think the offense responds.
I am too.
They were a little shaky this past week, particularly in the second half. So I think they have a lot to work on, and they come out on all cylinders. I think they win this game by at least a touchdown.
But you also got them at arch rival on the road in week 1. Like that Cleveland defense is not a bad defense.
No, it's a good defense.
I challenge people that think I'm a homer to watch the Cleveland defense over the course of this year. They're not going to get blown out unless you get 2 or 3 pick sixes from Joe Flacco, which makes the score look worse than it is. That Cleveland defense is for real. They just need a quarterback. They get one. But they
I actually think Kevin Stefanski is an underrated coach, too. I really do. He just don't have a quarterback.
They just don't have a
quarterback's like 83 years old. So
they had Kirk Cousins, 83-year-old. I'm joking.
Cincinnati 27, Jacksonville 17.
No, it's more like 31-28 Cincinnati. It's going to be high scoring.
I'm thinking 27-20 Cincinnati is what I'm kind of thinking.
Listen, they still got Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter. They're going to score points on Cincinnati and vice versa. That's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Take the over, gamblers.
I agree with JQ.
27-17.
Cleveland at Baltimore. Is Baltimore going to be pissed and going to take it out of Cleveland, even though JQ?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh God. Poor Cleveland. Fuck them. But poor Cleveland.
You said they had a great defense. You just said one breath they had a great defense.
They do.
But they got an 83-year-old quarterback.
But Baltimore has a better defense than Cincinnati does.
Yeah. So,
and the things they got away with against Cincinnati, they're not going to get away with against Baltimore. That's going to be a whooping.
Yeah.
Ravens on this one.
Yeah, they're going to
Ravens should walk in this one.
Yeah.
The way Cincinnati, was able to stay close last week, or Cleveland stay close last week, they're not going to be able to this week.
Yeah.
And there'll be no fumbles from their running back.
Yeah, he's not going to.
He's going to mow them over.
That's what Cleveland's getting all guns barrel from the Ravens because Ravens are pissed about what happened. This game would not have been as intriguing, again, where this is kind of litmus test, right? We got Denver at at Indianapolis, excuse me. So we know that Denver, amazing defense, Bo Nix playing well. And this is like we talked about. Is Daniel Jones for real, or is this going to be an interesting situation, right now? So this is the game.
No, he's not.
We're talking
shit. Listen, I'm pointing at you, Rob. I'm pointing at you because Go ahead and say it for me.
What's that?
Listen, because I'll make the pick for me. Go ahead, Rob.
It's Denver.
I'm picking the Colts. I'm picking the Colts, man. I wasn't impressed with Denver this past week. And I'm picking the Colts at home. I think it's going to be a competitive football game. Like I said earlier, the Colts got a talented roster. I know Denver does too. I'm picking the Colts and a nail biter. 23-20. Colts at home.
Whoa. Where did we go eat last time? Badlands, Flatlands?
Yeah, Flatlands.
Listen, I will bet you a dinner, me and you, whether Andre shows up or not, because I cannot believe you said that shit out loud. Denver wins the game by 10 points or more. I listen, I bet you Denver wins straight up. When you get back to Atlanta,
Flatlands dinner.
Let's
go. Hey, we're going back to Flatlands, brother.
Let's go.
We'll figure out a time and place to do it. I can't believe that you just said that out loud.
I'll be watching this game. I'll be watching this game.
Denver should walk in this one.
I could
better coach.
Hey, I got another one on you, man. I had the Packers pick right last week. I got lucky on the Bills pick, but I got those two picks on you last week.
Yes, you did. But that's not Denver and Indianapolis, though.
Yeah,
we got it. I'm sorry, Dre. Go ahead. You're invited.
No, this is good. This was like I thought it was gonna be an interesting game as far as like, is this gonna be the game that was kind of a fluke with Daniel Jones, or is he actually kind of got some confidence? Because Denver has got a really good defense, but as Rob said, they didn't play as well as you thought. It's week one. We're both kind of some surprises here, so this is why I thought it was going to be a very intriguing matchup.
It's not Mike McDaniels.
Okay,
write that down.
Who are you picking, Andre?
I'm leaning towards the Colts with you, Rob, actually, because I kind of like this.
Oh wow!
I'm just like I said, but not because of
smart pick. That's a heck of a pick. As Lee
we can have the same bet. I'll fly up there for a free dinner.
That's a heck of a pick, Andre.
It's at the Colts.
Not so fast, my friend.
It's at the Colts. So,
in honor of Lee Corso.
I'm kind of curious, right? Because
I'll
again,
take that same bet that they got down below.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. Like I said, I think no one is expecting Danny Jones to play this well. I was like surprised. I'm like, what? This is actually
that Miami defense is not the Denver defense. You're going to find a real defense.
I didn't say they're going to score 33 points. I said 23-20.
Yeah. Okay. I was surprised. He played well. He played out well. Now, granted, am I going to like?
Okay.
He's Super Bowl bound. I'm just like, okay. I mean, at least he's
Denver's my AFC pick, so I'm rolling with Denver. Robert's gonna owe me dinner at Flatlands, Badlands. One of those called. You know where the fuck? Sorry.
You want that bet? I'll give you the same bet.
I love it. This is good. All right. So
we got gonna say.
I love it. What'd you say, Gary? What'd you say?
I'll give you that same bet that they've got down below.
Okay. All right.
I'll take Denver.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right.
We're on opposite sides, so we love this. This is gonna be interesting. So I'm
sometimes it's fun to be on opposite sides. That makes the show interesting.
It's fantastic, especially when I bring my leftovers on camera and eat it in front of everybody. Oh,
this is gonna be great. So, we picked some good games to call. So now we got the Chargers at the Raiders. Now again, the opening up the offense of the Chargers, you're kind of like, you got some second listen. Obviously, with a lot of the injuries, what's happening with what's going on. Brock Bowers is hurt for Gino. We did talk. He played well. All of my Ashton Gentry folks, it's okay. I mean, I know he didn't play as well, but he was in a lot. He was like in 75% a lot of the plays for the Raiders. So just pump the brakes. But Chargers are playing well, man. They're pretty confident right now. What say you, Rob, on this one?
I'm going with the Chargers on the road in this one.
I like the Chargers.
I like what they did this past. Hey, look, I know the Raiders played well on the road against New England, but I like what the Chargers did even more. And if they can continue, if Jim Harbaugh can continue to get that kind of production out of Justin Herbert, and Keenan Allen looked like he was 20-some years old again in that game. He played well. Quincy Johnson played well. Ladd McConkey played well. Joe Alt on the offensive line. We know he's a weapon because Jim Harbaugh said he was a weapon. They ran the ball better. I'm picking the Chargers, but I think it's going to be a competitive game. I don't think they're going to go in there and walk over the Raiders. I really don't.
No.
So I'm going to go something like 26-20, 26-23. Chargers going to road to win.
You know what? I said that in America. I take that back. It really depends on Brock Bowers. Listen, Trey Tucker had a good game. Jacoby Myers had a good game. But I think those two guys have a good game, large part because you have to worry about Brock Bowers in the middle of that field. If he doesn't play in that game, that That's a whooping. I do. I think it's a whooping. I'm taking the Chargers either way. But I think they win a close game if Bowers plays and he's close to 100%. But if Bowers is 25% or he don't play, and then the Chargers look at him and say, hey, man, he don't got it, and we can just play him regular and we can focus on those two dudes outside,
Yeah.
the Chargers win that game by 10 or more.
Yeah.
I'm taking the
agree with that.
Chargers in this one as well.
You picking who, Gary? Who you picking?
I'm taking the Chargers in this one. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because even if Bowers plays, maybe he's not 100%. JQ, I know that's a tough call. He's still a great tight end. So you thought about doubling him, because like you said, Jacoby Myers, I'm not saying they're like, chopped liver, but I don't really know enough about, if we got to double them or not. So just leave him on single, then we're going to concentrate on Bowers and let, Gentry's still a rookie. So, Geno can make some plays, but, I just think that
but Geno also falls under pressure. But if Bowers, if they walk into that game and it's the middle of the first quarter, and they look at Brock Bowers and say he's like 65%, he's not who he normally is, and they can adjust the game plan to that.
Yeah,
the Raiders are in trouble.
Yeah. That's just a tough call. Anyway, that's Rob. You all pick the Chargers and stuff like that. Stuff for depending on if Bowers is.
I'm picking the Chargers regardless, but I agree with JQ. It'll be a little bit more of a bigger win if the Bowers don't play.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Let's get to these college football predictions real quick, and we'll wrap this up. So you got number 6 Georgia, number 15 Tennessee. Georgia has opportunity to kind of prove themselves again. Is Tennessee? Can they upset Georgia, or we still think that's a little too crazy right now?
No, I think cornerbacks they can't.
Gotcha.
No. Yep, I agree. I said the same thing on my clip earlier today. I said I'm picking Georgia mainly because Tennessee's down both of their cornerbacks in this game. If it wasn't for that, I think Tennessee would have a shot at winning this game. Actually, I've been pretty impressed with Joey Aguilar, the quarterback.
Yeah, he's been
playing
playing well.
They're better at the quarterback position.
Better than Nico, right? Better than Nico.
Yeah,
He's been playing a lot better than Nico.
So I think it's going to be a competitive football game, but Georgia's better on the perimeter this year than they have been last year too. I'm not totally sold on Gunnar Stockton as a quarterback yet, but I think with those two corners being out, I think Georgia finds a way to win this game. I'm going to go 26-24 Georgia.
Listen, I think it's going to be more than that. I think I might take Georgia by, I guess 10 points is just my refrain for the night. I don't care who you are, and I know you got NIL and all that good stuff. If you lose both your starting cornerbacks going against a team of Georgia's caliber, you are in trouble. Like, you might could lose one and plug and play and roll coverage that way and say, hey, you're my guy on this side. You're cover over here. I'm going to roll my coverage over to this other dude to help him out. They're down both of them. I would have taken Tennessee if Tennessee was fully healthy in the back end. But when you lose both of them, like, you got to be a special level of bad if you're Georgia with the amount of talent that you should have to let Tennessee beat you down their first and second cornerback. You should listen. You should. I don't even know if I would run the ball. If it's Georgia, I was just going to make a statement. We just go throw over your backup cornerbacks because they suck. They would have started if they was good. So, but I'm playing like that and being victim. So
I agree. If Tennessee was fully healthy, I actually would pick them to win this game. I really would at home. But yeah, without those two starting corners, I think that's going to be a tough play. I'm going with Georgia in this one, but I do think Tennessee can move the ball and score on Georgia too. But they'll come up short.
Agreed.
Gary?
Yep. I'm going with Georgia as well.
So we got South Florida versus at Miami. We talked about how Gunnar Stockton's been playing. What say you for this one, Rob?
Wait a minute.
I'm going Miami. I know South Florida's played well. They blew out Boise State. Big road win over Florida. They really did a phenomenal job of containing DJ Legway. DJ Legway was very inaccurate in that football game for Florida as well, and they contained him in the pocket. Saw a good bit of that football game, so really impressed with what South Florida's doing. And right now they're the favorite to get that group of 5 spot in the college football playoff. But I think Miami will be too strong for them. I think South Florida competes in this game, but Miami wins by at least 10 points.
Can we talk about South Florida's AD? What in God's name was you thinking about to start this season? Boise State, Florida, and Miami is your first 3 games?
He's trying to get paid. He's trying to get paid.
bro,
And they
that
won
is
2 of them. So
yeah, but that's incredibly wild. Like that is a wild start to the season.
Yeah.
Listen, the only chance that South Florida has is if Miami comes in overconfident, because you got to understand
Gary.
that these dudes have played each other since the 6th grade, probably.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
they
South
know
Florida
each
is
other
in
real
Tampa.
well.
It's
There
not
you go,
that
Jared.
far from Miami, 3 to 4 hour drive between where they grew up in that I-4 corridor, that I-95 corridor or 75 corridor going down to the bottoms. That is South Florida's, to me, their advantage in this game. Of you got some dudes that wanted to go to Miami and they didn't get picked against dudes they played in high school, in junior high school, that got that ride to Miami. They're going to take that super personal. I think it's a game that's closer than people think, because I don't think people take that in consideration. I think Miami wins, though, because that's a lot to ask of your team. That's a lot to start the season 3-0 in that kind of schedule. I think sometimes it just kind of wears on you, right? You know, like that's a lot. That's almost a playoff run for South Florida, Boise State, Florida, and then Miami in terms of.
But this is the one they circled.
Yeah, but you got 3 of them right out the gate.
Right, but this is the one of those 3.
No,
this
no,
is the one that they
circled.
circled.
They circled Florida because
in Florida, yeah, that's right up the road from Florida.
Listen,
Yeah,
it's the same principle, which is why I give Miami the nod, because can you get those dudes up for that same kind of hate 2 weeks in a row? Which is why I was like, why would you schedule Florida and Miami back to back as the AD? That's a tough start to the season.
you know,
I tell you what,
I'm
what
taking
Miami
Miami
seen what South Florida has already did to Florida, I think Miami won't take them lightly for that reason. Right now, if they hadn't seen that, maybe they would take them lightly. But I think with the advantage that Miami had in this game is seeing the fact that Florida went on the road, South Florida went on the road and beat Florida, and so that gives them the advantage to, hey, this is a team we cannot take lightly, or we're gonna get our ass kicked in this game, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going with Miami mainly for that reason, and they're a better team.
Well, I'm going with Miami as well. I mean, right now they're number 5 in the country, but South Florida plays them tough, and they played them tough for a long time. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park, and if Cristobal shits the bed, it could be a long day and he has against Florida. South Florida.
I think
so we'll see how it goes, but I'm taking Miami in a close one. But I think
it's going to be close. But again, I think sometimes if you're South Florida, they was playing anybody other than Miami, I will worry more about them with a letdown game. They listen. They have known these dudes since they was this high. We had to a grasshopper, and you can overcome some of that tired, and we have a hard schedule. But I think that, to your point, Rob, Miami said, "Oh shit, okay, we're not gonna. We can't let them beat both of us back weeks."
Yeah, I actually think Miami wins by at least 10 points and maybe even 13.
Wow, I would be shocked.
I think they might pull away late like that because of
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
4th down or something like that. But I think it's nip and tuck through most of it.
Cristobal better get his boys ready.
Oh, listen, you can't get them ready to play the dudes they've been playing since they was 5 years old. I don't know what you need to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Last game, you got number 16 Texas A&M at number 8 Notre Dame. We talked about CJ Carr again. He looked pretty good in this first. I know he had some. It was kind of a tough game out the gate, but I was impressed with this play. But should be a good game for the guys at Notre Dame. What say you, Rob?
I'm going to go Notre Dame, but this one is at home. They went on the road and beat Notre Dame last year in the opening week of the season, or the second week, I can't remember. Now Marcel Reed is a heck of a quarterback for Texas A&M too, right? So he's a problem. He's a guy that can use his legs and his arm, right? So Notre Dame's got to be aware of that. But I was impressed with what I saw out of CJ Carr. I mean, they were in that game against Miami too, right? So he played really well. To me, that was the only question mark about this Notre Dame team going into the season. What were they going to have at the quarterback? We knew they were going to be good in the trenches. The offensive, defensive lines are solid. Their secondary, the linebacking core is good. And also Jeremiah Love might be one of the best running backs in the country, right? So the only question mark for this Notre Dame team was what were they going to get at the quarterback position? And I think if what we saw out of C.J. Carr out of week 1, if he continues to elevate his game from that, then this Notre Dame team will be back in the playoffs.
I'm picking Notre Dame as well.
Oh,
Listen, I know they got the oil money, but everybody just wants Texas A&M to be so good all the time. And I'm like, stop it! They still Texas A&M. Like, what are we doing? Why do we keep hyping Texas A&M up so much all the time?
Texas.
They still Texas A&M, man. I listen. I know they got the money, and I'm sure they got some really good dudes on that team. But
Still Texas A&M. Go back and watch that 30 for 30 series with Eric Dickerson and Craig James. Didn't even want to go to Texas A&M.
right, and I'm just like,
With
listen,
the SMU.
the Pony Express, like
Pony Express.
I just, and it's not a shade on them. It's that they just get hyped up so much because they have the resources where they should be better, and I got this 5-star and this 4-star.
Johnny Manziel's ready. Johnny Manziel's ready to come back.
Listen, but they end up 9-3, and it's like the old Georgia teams. Like, stop talking that shit. You're gonna be 9-3. Okay.
It may not even be that this year. It might be 8-4.
Listen, you're gonna be at the Gator Bowl, the Outback Bowl, playing Wisconsin on January 1st for no reason. Stop it. I'm going on there.
Notre Dame.
You're giving them too much credit that they're going to be playing Wisconsin. They're going to be playing more like Nebraska or Iowa.
Well, listen.
Wow.
Listen, Wisconsin is just by de facto because you're going to get
I'm being facetious.
Ohio State and Penn State. So which is the 4th or 5th team that's going to be in the Gator or the Outback Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin or Iowa. You're right. It's going to be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably going to lose that game too.
Yeah. Last thing we'll talk about, Josh Giddey signed the Bills signed him to a 4-year, $100 million deal. Just a tough, terrible offseason for anyone trying to get paid. It just wasn't good, man. So
that second apron is real.
Yeah. So if you're, I'm sure Giddey wanted more. There's nobody to
compete against. With his old. Sorry, I was gonna say something inappropriate.
4 years, $100 million for Josh Giddey, man. That's pretty. He should be happy.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he should be, but he wanted more money. I get you, but like I said, there wasn't anyone to. There's no leverage. He have any leverage, so you're like, yeah, you want to take this money. It's like basically.
Is America in tune with the Josh Giddey story, or is it just me because I'm messy and petty? Like the fact that he got that deal and he ain't in jail somewhere. And listen, he should be loving life and just go about his merry way.
He should be happy. Yeah, I'm just saying. I was looking at
Josh Giddey was on some nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, $100 million is better than
America. You got Google Josh Giddey, and you'll find it. You're gonna say, "Oh my God."
I mean, but he's not like a shitty player. I mean, he did, he averaged career highs in assists, rebounds, and steals last season. So I mean, he played well. But I get you. I mean, as far as the dude, he was not a good dude as far as off the court. That's a whole other conversation. But yeah.
Everybody's guaranteed. I'm not banking on him to play all these years because never mind.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I was looking at whenever I was looking at some stuff, and you're like, man, it was kind of like,
yeah. Go look at some
market.
Right?
It's a dry market. It's a win-win for both sides, right? Like you get what I wanted to pay you below value. He got something, like you said, Rob. So you should be lucky you even got paid. 4 years, $100 million. He wanted a little bit more than that.
Glad you're not in jail.
Yeah. So it's all good. Let's wrap this up, guys. It's been we've been going a little longer here, and
I'm sorry, it's my fault.
Nah, it's not your fault. No, it's good. I think it's been good. It's just been a long day for everyone, man. So, Rob, what'd you say?
Crown work.
It's all good. Let's wrap this up. Shout out to Jill. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Jill.
And you gave another shout out to Gary as well too. So I want to give that shout out too. But we appreciate you, as always. So yeah. Off, Rob.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna thank you for tuning in. Edition We'll be back here across the country. Thank you, Jill. We'll hear from Seattle, Cincinnati, everybody. Also, definitely tune in.
JQ's favorite place.
Another big week in college football this week. There's even some big games we can touch on. Of course, we can't. Clemson, Georgia Tech, huge. Got a lot of good games this weekend, so we're gonna all tune to it. Next best night. Look, Wednesday the 3rd. So we can talk about then, and we'll keep you with you on.
I will be in Cincinnati. I will be at the Jaguars Bengals game on Sunday. I'm traveling back overnight Wednesday and Thursday, so Thursday is probably the best night for me because I got a meeting Thursday morning here, but I'll be back home for Thursday night football. Also, I just watch my Bengals whoop up on the Jags. Whoop, whoop. Let's go. Let's go, Fresno.
You're not going to do the show during the game, though, JQ.
No, but the Bengals and Jaguars are on Sunday, so
Okay. I thought you meant. I got to see you do that. I thought you were talking about Thursday night game. I haven't seen you on the Thursday.
No. I'll be there for Thursday, Sunday night, Sunday afternoon. Rather.
Okay, let's make sure that.
I'm good Thursday next week. Y'all.
I think I'm good on that one.
Garrett,
Gentlemen,
Come on, Tommy.
Albuquerque.
Tommy ain't got no job.
yeah.
Right.
Good night, y'all.
Right.
Well, can't wait for that dinner, right? On JQ.
Huh?
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Man, y'all gonna beat us, man.
I'm gonna need some extra remoulade sauce.
Oh, it's gonna be good eating.
I cannot wait for this game.
Ain't gonna try. Y'all,
Let's go.
Remoulade sauce. Some tartar sauce for my fish. Let's go.
This is gonna be hilarious. Good night, y'all. Good night, peeps.
All right.
It's gonna be hilarious.
Good night.
I can't wait.